Life is built on four major pillars: physical, spiritual, financial, and relationships. But let's be honest, the one most people struggle with the most is money. We work hard, hustle every day, and still feel stuck. Sometimes we even abandon our dreams halfway, thinking maybe we're just not meant for success. And that cycle of stress, fear, and doubt keeps repeating itself. Have you felt this way too? If yes, then today's summary is for you. It will help you break out of that endless loop and finally move toward the financial freedom you deserve. Not just with more focus, but with unstoppable clarity and confidence. Hello and welcome back to Audiobook 101, where we explore powerful book summaries that inspire, educate, and transform. Here you don't just listen, you learn, and you apply those lessons to real life. Today's summary is based on the best-selling book, You Are a Badass at Making Money. Master the Mindset of Wealth by Jen Sincero, a world-renowned author, success coach, and speaker who's helped thousands rewrite their money story. This book isn't just about making more money. It's about mastering the mindset that attracts it. So let's dive into the bold, empowering lessons from this life-changing book.
Have you ever started to believe that wealth just isn't meant for people like you? That no matter how hard you try, you'll always stay stuck, buried under bills, fear, or self-doubt? Maybe deep down, you know you have potential, but something invisible keeps holding you back. You hesitate to take risks, stay small, and quietly convince yourself that success is reserved for other people. Here's the truth. You weren't born to be broke. You weren't born to settle. And you definitely weren't born to watch others live your dream while you keep playing it safe. You already have everything it takes to succeed. But to unlock that power, you must change your thinking. You can either stay in the loop of fear and lack, or you can step into a life of abundance, purpose, and financial freedom. In this summary, you'll discover how to shift your mindset to start thinking, acting, and attracting like someone who's already wealthy. When your thoughts align with success, so does your life. You'll learn how belief, emotion, imagination, and action can completely transform your financial reality and help you become the person you were always meant to be. So the question is, are you ready to become rich, not just in your bank account, but in your mindset, your confidence, and your life? Because this journey begins right now. Allowance. Money is one of the most essential parts of life. It's the key that unlocks the things you desire: comfort, security, and the freedom to live life on your own terms. More than that, money gives you the power to help others, to lift up those who are struggling, and to make a real impact. The truth is, building wealth is possible, but most people miss their chance simply because they don't believe they're worthy of it. Wanting more money doesn't make you greedy or selfish. In fact, being rich doesn't make you a bad person. It gives you options. It gives you the freedom to live fully and to give generously. You are a human being with unique gifts, talents, and abilities. You were born with the potential to grow, to shine, and to create something amazing in this world. And one of the most powerful things you can do while you're alive is to become rich, because wealth gives you choices. It gives you freedom, and it gives you the ability to help others in a way that poverty never can. Take Charles, for example. At 54, he was earning just $20,000 a year. But in less than 7 months, he raised that to $145,000. You might assume he always had a great relationship with money, but the truth is, he didn't. Charles grew up poor, without a father, and surrounded by struggle. Because of what he saw in his early years, he believed he wasn't good enough. That mindset shaped his life and caused him to miss out on countless opportunities. But one day, something changed. Charles made the decision to shift his perspective. Instead of feeling like a victim of his past, he chose to be grateful for what he had, for what he didn't have, and for what was still possible. He started to believe in himself. He worked on his skills, improved his mindset, and began applying for jobs that once felt far beyond his reach. He faced rejection after rejection, but he didn't give up. Eventually, Charles landed a job that paid him more than he ever imagined, $145,000 a year. That income gave him the ability to live in a beautiful home, send his kids to great schools, and even drive a luxury car. But more than the money, Charles says the real victory was freeing himself from fear and self-doubt, finally believing in his own worth. You too have the chance to become rich, but to unlock your greatness, you have to use your gifts, your skills, and your talent. You have to rise above fear. You have to believe that wealth is possible for you, because it is. Why you ain't rolling in the Cheddah yet. When you're born, you arrive in this world like a blank canvas. You don't come in with beliefs or fears. Everything you become, your personality, your behavior, even the way you think about money, is learned through experience, from your family, your surroundings, your culture. You absorb lessons, some helpful and others limiting. Money is no different. You weren't born knowing what it is or how it works. Over time, you were taught how to think about it, consciously or unconsciously. And those beliefs, whether positive or negative, shape your financial reality. If deep down you believe that money is hard to get, or that you're not someone who can handle wealth, then that belief becomes a block. You keep money at arm's length without even realizing it. Because when your mindset says, "I don't know how to make money," or "I'll never be rich," your actions begin to align with that thinking. And slowly, money slips further and further away. To become rich, you first have to believe that it's even possible for you. Let me introduce you to Sandra, a 44-year-old woman who used to believe that wealth was more of a burden than a blessing. To her, being rich meant stress, chaos, and pressure she didn't think she could handle. She feared she'd mess everything up if she ever got too much money. But Sandra made a powerful decision: to rewrite her beliefs. Instead of clinging to old fears, she began to focus on what she wanted to believe. She decided to trust that she was worthy of wealth, and that the universe would support her every step of the way. She started saying yes to new opportunities, took action, and surrounded herself with people who had the knowledge she lacked. Sandra stopped letting fear make her decisions. She started believing in her future, even before she had proof it was coming. And because she was brave enough to challenge her old mindset and step outside her comfort zone, Sandra is now a successful actress, living in her dream home and fully embracing the life she once thought was out of reach. Here's the truth. Your thoughts create your beliefs. Your beliefs shape your behavior. And your behavior creates your reality. So if your current beliefs are keeping you broke, it's time to upgrade them. You are the only one who can choose to stop believing in fear and start believing in what's possible. The hollering of your heart. Your emotions are powerful. They're not just feelings, they are fuel. If you want to become rich, you have to connect with your emotions, because it's your emotions that will drive your actions, push you forward, and keep you aligned with your goals. But here's the thing. Wanting money isn't enough. You must know why you want it. You have to give it meaning. You need a reason so strong that it pulls you into action, even on days when everything feels uncertain. Ask yourself, what do I truly want from life? Why does becoming wealthy matter to me? You were born with natural gifts, your talents, your skills, your voice. Use them. They weren't given to you to play small. They exist so you can create a life that reflects your full potential. Always choose to think positively about the world you live in. Believe that opportunities are all around you and that success is not a matter of luck, but of belief and bold action. And most importantly, know this: there's a higher force, an unlimited power, that wants to see you grow. It's working in your favor, but it can only help you if you're willing to take the leap. Be ready. Be open. And trust that the universe has its own magical way of showing up for you. Let me share Anita's story. At 30, Anita was the sole breadwinner in her family and deeply unhappy with her current job. She wanted to quit and find a new way to earn money, but she didn't want to leave her job until she paid off her debts. She needed $75,000, and that number felt impossible. But instead of panicking, she got specific. She focused not on the fear, but on the purpose. She asked the universe for exactly what she needed and believed with all her heart that it would come. Then something unexpected happened. Anita remembered a gift she had received back in 1999, shares from a small tech startup where she once served as an advisor. She dug them out and, without even knowing their current value, decided to sell them. To her shock, those shares, once worth just $200, were now valued at $75,000. Exactly the amount she needed. With a single decision and a strong belief, Anita changed her life. The lesson: always be clear and specific about your goals. Don't just dream vaguely. Know the details. What you want, why you want it, and how it will change your life. Never forget what makes you special. Strengthen those gifts, and when your heart whispers something to you, listen. It knows the way. Trust that the universe is listening too. And when you believe deeply, it will answer in ways you never saw coming. Your mental moneymaker. Your mind is your greatest asset. You have full control over what you think, whether you choose to feed your mind with positivity or drown it in negativity. And the kind of thoughts you focus on, they shape your reality. Your success is directly tied to your attitude. If you want to become wealthy, you need more than just effort. You need focus, emotion, imagination, and determination, all working together. You must train your mind to stop wasting energy on complaining or feeling hopeless, and instead direct that energy toward creating the life you want. Your thoughts should be filled with feeling. Your affirmations should carry emotion, because emotion is what gets you moving. And once you start moving, the universe starts moving with you. When you visualize your dream life, your mind lights up. You begin to feel the excitement of success. That feeling builds trust. Trust in yourself, in your goal, and in the invisible forces working in your favor. And when you feel deeply committed, your actions show it. You're no longer dabbling. You're serious. You're all in. And that's when the world starts to respond. When you decide to get rich truly and fully, you have to go all the way. Whatever it takes, however uncomfortable, do it. Your results are a reflection of your determination. Take Jim Carrey, for example. Before he became a Hollywood legend, he was just a struggling kid with no high school diploma, no job, and no money. But he had a crystal clear vision. He wanted to entertain people. He believed there was a place for him in the entertainment world. He would often visit comedy clubs and visualize his success, imagining directors and producers chasing after him because of his incredible talent, Jim even wrote himself a check for $10 million, dated 3 years into the future, believing that one day he'd earn that amount through acting. And guess what? He did. He landed his breakthrough role in Dumb and Dumber and got paid exactly $10 million, just like he imagined. That's the power of mental clarity and belief. Now let's talk about Catherine, a 52-year-old woman who started as a clerk. But she held on to one core belief. I can make money. Anytime I decide to, I can earn more. Before long, she made $15,000 in a single month, and soon after became the vice president of her company. Her income soared. Catherine believed she was worthy of money, and that belief shaped her entire journey. The lesson is simple but powerful. You must believe you are capable. You must believe you're worthy. And you must believe that money is available to you. As a human being, it's your responsibility to build and protect a strong mindset. Because when you align your thoughts with success, the universe starts organizing everything around you to make it happen. Your mind is your moneymaker. Train it well, and it will change your life. Decisive actions, the choice of champions. If someone truly wants to become rich, that desire doesn't just visit them once in a while. It lives in their mind 24/7. They constantly think, how can I build wealth? How can I change my life? And once they make the decision to transform their reality, they commit to it without hesitation. The moment you decide to turn your current life into something extraordinary, you must go all in. No second guessing. No waiting for perfect conditions. Just action. Of course, change can feel scary. Even just thinking about all the steps ahead can overwhelm you. That fear, that heaviness, is what stops most people from doing what needs to be done. But here's the secret. When you learn to master your mind, that fear loses its power. Let me tell you the story of Kelly, owner of a t-shirt company. At one point, she was earning just $4,500 a month, barely enough to get by. But today, she makes $35,000 a month. What changed? She made one big, bold decision that shifted everything. Back then, no matter how hard Kelly worked, she was constantly broke. Unexpected bills would show up and wipe out her earnings. She felt stuck in a loop, working nonstop, yet never getting ahead. She believed she didn't have the time or money to hire help. She convinced herself that training someone would be too expensive, too time-consuming. That mindset kept her trapped for years, exhausted, frustrated, and stuck in scarcity. Then one day, her business coach gave her a wake-up call. If you want your business to grow, you need to stop doing everything alone. You need help. Kelly was terrified. Hiring someone felt like a huge risk, but deep down, her mindset began to shift. She thought, okay, maybe I can at least try. So she did. She hired and trained someone to support her business, and almost instantly, things began to change. She realized that letting go of control was the smartest move she had ever made. She started sleeping better, earning more, and finally experiencing the freedom she had always wanted. Yes, big changes are scary. Kelly was afraid of the extra expenses, afraid of losing control, afraid of failing. But her fear wasn't the real problem. It was the mindset that told her she couldn't handle the change. Once she made a firm decision, everything started falling into place. Because that's what happens when you decide with full conviction. You become the master of your life. Every decision you make affects the way you think, feel, and act. And when your decision is backed by faith, clarity, and commitment, it sends a signal to the universe, a message that says, I'm ready. and the universe always responds. Tenacity. People with strong determination are far more likely to succeed than those who fear trying something new. Why? Because they don't wait for the perfect moment. They don't let fear stop them. They focus on their goals with everything they've got. No hesitation, no excuses. And when you commit like that, nothing can keep you from success. Not everyone is born with unshakable determination. But here's the good news. You can build it. You can train your mind to become strong so you're not scared off by hard work, failure, or discomfort. Push yourself. Take the risk. Step outside your comfort zone and stay there until you grow. Don't let fear block your path. Build daily habits that pull you toward success. Never back down just because things get hard. Keep showing up. Keep moving forward. Let's talk about Linda, a woman who left her stable finance job to start her own investment management company. She had no financial support from anyone. Everything was on her shoulders. She poured all her savings into this one dream, without a backup plan. To make matters harder, just a week before the launch, her child was hospitalized. And shortly after, she faced humiliation from a potential investor who dismissed her completely. That moment was crushing. Linda was stressed, scared, and uncertain. But she didn't give up. She kept going. And almost 1 year later, the business took off. That same woman who once risked everything, now her business is worth 20 times more than what she originally invested. Her tenacity turned risk into reward. Now meet Sandra, a woman with a dream of becoming her own boss. She wanted to leave her job in public relations and start her own PR firm. But to do that, she needed to earn more, and fast. One day, she received a tempting job offer from a big PR company. It was safe, comfortable, and secure. But Sandra knew it wasn't aligned with her bigger vision. So she turned it down, and immediately, doubt set in. What if I don't get another opportunity? What if I just made a huge mistake? But she didn't back down. The very next day, 7 companies reached out, asking to hire her as their publicist. Why? Because Sandra stayed focused. She didn't let fear cloud her vision. She believed in her plan, and the universe responded. That's the power of tenacity, the ability to keep going, even when nothing is guaranteed, to say yes to your goals and no to your fears, to keep climbing, even when the mountain looks too high. When you stay determined, the world takes notice. Doors open, opportunities appear, and success finds you because you refused to quit. Conclusion. In this summary, you've discovered a powerful truth. Everything you need to create wealth already exists within you. The talents, the skills, the potential to live a successful, abundant life. It's all there. You don't need to find it. You just need to refine it, develop it, and trust in it. You've also learned how your relationship with money, especially your beliefs and mindset, can either attract it or push it away. Your mind has the power to rewrite the old, limiting stories you've been telling yourself. And behind every decision, behind every action, there are emotions. That's why it's so important to stay emotionally connected to your goals. Because when your heart and your focus align, even the universe begins to support you. You've learned that mastering your mindset is not optional. It's essential. Focus on what's positive. Feel your success before it even arrives. Don't limit your imagination. And whatever your dream requires, commit to doing it with full belief. Yes, taking bold decisions can be scary, but fear is normal. And growth only begins when you decide, without hesitation, to move forward. When you make that choice, you send a message to the universe. This is who I am. This is the life I'm claiming. To build real wealth, you'll need courage, focus, and patience. You'll need to show up again and again, even when the results are slow. But most of all, you'll need one unshakable belief. If someone else can do it, why not me? You are worthy of wealth. You are capable of greatness. And you deserve the freedom you dream of. So go out there, master your mindset, stay focused, and build the life you were born to live. Thank you for listening to this summary of You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. If this message inspired you, take a moment to reflect. What was the most powerful idea that stayed with you? Share it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Audiobook 101 for more empowering book summaries every week. And remember, you don't have to wait for permission to live your dream life. The first step is already in your hands. Change your mindset, and the rest will follow. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and never stop believing in your power.